How's it going, boys? For the past couple of months, OnePlus ran a platform called Ideas 2.0 where anyone could submit an idea they had to be included in a future OxygenOS build. So once they ran that campaign, they received over 7,000 submissions, which is a lot, and I can only imagine how tiring that must have been to read every single idea, but nonetheless, OnePlus managed to narrow it down to just 7. So today I'm going to go over every feature that is coming to OxygenOS in the future. By the way, if you like to watch my videos in Spanish, be sure to check out my second channel called HowToMen Espanol. We're on Facebook as well. Both links will be right below that like button. Anyways, the first idea that was adopted was to add an option within GameSpace that enables a frames per second counter for any game that you play. It's just like the Fraps program for PCs that shows you the screen's FPS in the corner, or just think of it as the new option within the developer options, which is introduced in Android 11, which shows you the current refresh rate for your display. It's honestly a very creative idea since no one in the smartphone market has it yet. You'll be able to track any game's performance and users will be able to provide better feedback or report lag spikes within any game. For example, if there's a spy in a game where the FPS is lower than usual, gamers will be able to report it to the developers so they can fix that lag spike. By the way, if you want this feature now for an FPS counter on any Android device, you can use an app called Game Booster. Whenever I'm listening to music on any OnePlus phone and I jump into a social app where a video starts to play automatically, my music in the background immediately stops playing. It's the worst feeling, especially when the beat is about to drop and it gets interrupted. So an idea was adopted to allow the support of dual media playback and even the option to separate volume levels for each app. In other words, I can watch YouTube videos and still have my Spotify music continue playing in the background. If I want to increase the volume of the YouTube video and decrease the volume of my Spotify music, I can do so as well.
So that's it. He's actually really working this stuff, like he's still...
We've seen this before within Samsung's Sound Assistant app. It lets you control individual app volumes, and there's another feature called multi-sound that lets you select apps to play sound at the same time when other apps start to play audio. Moving on, OxygenOS is very customizable, but there are still a few aspects that need help, such as the lock screen. OnePlus now wants to allow users to customize it, such as adding the weather info, changing the clock style, shortcuts, etc. One UI already allows you to do this within its Lockstar app, and it works amazingly, so anything similar to that would be phenomenal. The fourth idea was made by a user who went by the name of Star Commander. He wanted OnePlus to make it easier to wirelessly transfer files between his laptop and a OnePlus phone or vice versa. So no more cables or BS apps from the Play Store, just a simple click of a button to transfer a file, and all you need to do is have both devices be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. As of now, what I use is an app called Pushbullet, and it does exactly that. But depending on how well this is implemented, I may just cancel my Pushbullet subscription from the Play Store and use OnePlus's option instead. To save you a bit more battery, YRJ came up with a great solution called Power Diet. It's just a fancy title for an extreme battery saver mode. The battery saver that is already within OxygenOS lets you restrict background activity, turns off certain animations, and limits other high power features. But with Power Diet, it'll take it a step further by making the entire UI become grayscale. It'll only let you use essential apps like the dialer, messages, or other emergency services, and I'm sure it'll be very similar to Samsung's maximum power saving mode, where you're extremely limited on what you can do on your device. When OxygenOS got updated to Android 11, they introduced a new layout with the dark theme being black and gray. Even the notification panel and quick settings panel are completely grayed out now. Some people didn't like this and still prefer the true black theme, so an idea was brought up to put an option within the settings that lets you choose between the pitch black theme or a lighter dark theme. A great example of this can be found within ColorOS 11, where you can choose the different dark mode styles. The final upcoming feature is allowing you to take partial screenshots. Basically, you can select an area to capture on the screen instead of taking a full-size image that has to be cropped later. It's a simple idea, but one that would be helpful and save a bit of time in the future. Anyways, those are all the ideas that OnePlus is looking to implement in future OxygenOS builds. I personally love all of them and can't wait to see them become a reality, but there's still a ton of awesome ideas that got swept under the rug. I wanted to go over a few of my favorites quickly, but before I do, I wanted to give a huge shout out to NordPass for sponsoring this video. If you ever get tired of remembering your passwords or typing in your emails, NordPass will do it for you. If it wasn't already obvious, NordPass is powered by the same cybersecurity professionals who created NordVPN. It lets you store all of your passwords in one place so you can stay organized when looking for any login information or private notes. And don't worry, all of your data is encrypted on your device locally before it reaches their servers for backup and sync. You can access all your data with a single master password or biometric unlocking methods such as your fingerprint sensor or Face ID, and since NordPass supports autosave and autofill, it will automatically fill in your login information or credit card details whenever necessary. It's a one-click operation that takes less than a second. It also features a password generator so you can create a complex password that hackers will never be able to crack. It recognizes suspicious websites so you don't accidentally reveal any sensitive information. And the best part about NordPass is that it supports almost every platform out there, including Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, browsers, etc. So if you're interested in keeping your password secure, go to nordpass.com/howtomen to get a 70% discount plus an extra free month for every purchase of a premium 2-year plan. That's nordpass.com/howtomen. Anyways, let's quickly go over some of my favorite ideas from the OnePlus community that didn't make the cut. The first idea was to add a cool color animation around the camera hole punch when you receive a notification to act as an LED indicator. OnePlus liked the idea but ended up denying it since they claimed it could cause a screen burn. Still, if you want this feature, you can download an app called AOD Notify and it'll do the same thing. Another idea that was canned was to have an OxygenOS desktop mode, sort of like Samsung DeX or Huawei's desktop mode, but OnePlus basically said that they weren't interested in making one yet. Implementing iOS 14 back tap gestures were also suggested to trigger actions or open apps by just double tapping the back of the phone. But it was also dropped since OnePlus stated that there would be a lot of easy triggers for false touches. Another idea was to play audio with 2 Bluetooth devices at the same time for a more immersive movie watching experience, but according to OnePlus, they don't think there's a big enough audience for the scenario, so they skipped it. Finally, maybe some beautiful seamless animations when connecting your official OnePlus audio accessories, sort of like when you connect an Apple AirPods to an iPhone, but OnePlus said it would pose a compatibility challenge. Either way, those are just a few of the thousands of ideas that were left out. Honestly, most of them would have been fantastic to have, but I'm still glad that OnePlus is open to their community's engagement and feedback. If you'd like to read up on some more ideas that didn't make the cut, I'll drop a link in the description so you can check them out. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick one. Please do me a favor and drop a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And let me know what features you would like OnePlus to implement in the future within OxygenOS. While you're at it, get subscribed with the notification bell turned on, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!